We're back here at the Metro Tech Okcps Coaches Show here at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3, brought to you by Perry Publishing, Kai's Concept, Dodgers Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, Impressions Printing, and Big O's Barbecue. Listen, we are in for an incredible show on tonight. We have with us Douglas High School Wrestling, coached by my frat brother Perry, and we have the student athletes Cameron Jackson and Tyler Jones. Hey guys, good to have you on tonight. How's it going?
It's great to be here.
Well, listen, I know, don't be nervous. This is real easy. So Coach, I'll start with you. Tell me kind of how long you've been at Douglas.
Okay.
And then how you got involved in wrestling.
Okay, well, this is my third year at Douglas. I got involved with wrestling in high school with my high school coach. He saw that I was very aggressive on the football field, so he said that I should decide to try wrestling. I decided to try it, fell in love with it. So now here I am still coaching it after wrestling, 20 years ago.
Okay, cool beans. So these two student athletes, Cameron and Taylor. So tell me, Tyler. I'm sorry, Tyler. Tell me, starting with you, Cameron, how did you get involved in wrestling? And then tell me a little bit about your experience at Douglas so far. What year are you?
I'm class of 24.
Okay.
And I got into wrestling in grade school.
Mm-hmm.
My mom put me in and just loved it ever since.
Gotcha. Tyler?
Honestly, I was just a football player until my brother Cam. I told him I wanted to be better on the football field, so he dragged me in the wrestling room. And ever since I met Coach Perry and had him inspire me and have him see that in me, I've just been in love with wrestling.
Gotcha. So let me ask you, Coach, what is your guys' record so far? And then I'll start asking these guys about how it is on that mat.
Okay, so right now we are 1-1 in dual meets. Tomorrow we have Capitol Hill at 5 o'clock at Douglas. So
go to Douglas tomorrow at 5 o'clock and see Tyler and Cameron get down with the get down.
That's right. So tomorrow we'll be looking to improve our record to 2-1. And then we also have district duels on the 12th, and then the PC North tournament on Saturday the 14th.
Gotcha. So Cameron, tell me what weight you wrestle at, and then tell me how difficult it is to make that weight, if in fact it is for you or not. And then I'll ask you the same thing, Tyler. There must be an issue.
I wrestle at 175, and I bounce around between 190 and 180 on the regular, so I drop about 5 pounds before every meet.
What is that?
Which is not good.
Yeah. What does that feel like? I wrestle, but not at your level, obviously. But what does that feel like? What do you have to do to drop that kind of weight? Once a week, clearly.
Yeah, it's pretty draining, but I mean I love it because I keep doing it.
Yeah, obviously.
And the sweat it gets off me pretty easy because I love to work out, so that ain't the issue.
Gotcha. The issue is you don't know how to say no to that food after this thing is over with. Mother must be a tremendous cook.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Tyler, tell me what weight are you wrestling at, and is that difficult, and how do you manage that?
So actually this year I'm wrestling at 138, and just getting down on that weight is hard work. You just got to put in a lot of it's not even hours, it's just the hours that you got to make them count. You can't count the hours. You got to make them count. So
that's right.
It's just hard work, and you just got to love it if you want to do it.
Sure. So, Coach, tell me, what does practice look like for those novice out there, for us neophytes who don't really understand this whole ideal of wrestling? What does that look like? What does a practice look like? What are you trying to work on? What does that incorporate?
Well, the practice, of course, it varies from day to day, week to week, depending on, lineups, who we have, and things of that nature. But for the most part, our practice is going to always consist of making sure that we're in shape, making sure that we have proper technique. So for the most part, you'll see a lot of running, a lot of things like that in the beginning. But then once we get that cleared out the way, then we do a lot of technique, a lot of drilling, what we like to call flow, and with the emphasis. So we wrestle with all positions and making sure that we put an emphasis on something during that time.
Sure.
But, yeah, that's what practice is for us. And, of course, during that time, myself and my other coaches, we're walking around making sure that we're coaching up, making sure that we're getting kids ready for the next meet.
Gotcha. So, Cameron, Tyler, tell me, what your go-to move is and why.
I work the high C. I work a lot of
Now the high C,
C.
tell me that's the thing up in here,
Yeah,
right?
high crotch.
Yeah, see, look, I know a little bit. Yeah, don't say nothing else other than that. Gotcha.
I wrestle through the high C because I wrestle a lot of. It varies. They can either be 6'4" or 5'3". It just depends. And with them longer guys, I use my strength and speed to work through it. So that high C kind of like pushes me through to a double or a single, whether which way I want to work.
Sure, cool. What about you, Tyler?
Mine would be not a high C. I love the high C, but mine would have to be a single because I'm kind of like just short and fast.
Sure.
So I'll just use my speed, but I also got to compare that with technique. So that's something that I work on a lot.
That's right.
So when you start training these guys, what are some of the simple things? And if in fact any of it is simple, what do you begin to teach, right? So I remember half Nelsons, right? I don't think you can have a full Nelson, or you can't lock your hands, the cradle, and all that kind of stuff, right? I kind of have memory of those things. But what are you teaching? Like, hey, when you first come in the room, here are the things, the 3 or 4 things that I want to teach you.
Okay, so Frat, you're giving away some of my secrets
Oh,
here.
my bad,
What I will
bad.
say is some things that we do like to work on is, first and foremost, we consider our offense our defense.
Sure.
Even though we do work defensive techniques, our offense is our defense. So for us, when we first come in the room, I want to get you ready to get it going on the offensive end. So whatever we got to do to get you geared up on the offensive end, that's what we're going to do. That's why we need you to be, in best shape for the stamina, because we want you to go at all points of time.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this: in terms of you getting ready to prepare for a duel tomorrow, are you guys watching any film, or have you identified the skill set of your opponents thus far? What does that look like? I know in football they do those kinds of things, but what is that like in wrestling? Do you are you made to share videos by OSSA or something? I don't know what that looks like.
Well, no, we don't typically watch film on other people.
Gotcha.
Not here at Douglas.
Sure.
What we do and our beliefs is we don't care who's on the mat. We're going to wrestle our style of wrestling. Whoever's on the mat, put them out there. It's not going to make us a difference.
Gotcha.
So for us, we do watch film, but we watch film on ourselves to figure out what can we improve, how can we get better, and even the things that we do good, how can we turn them into doing those things great.
So I know this is a simple question, but Cameron and Tyler, tell me, what are your aspirations in wrestling? Do you want to go forward in wrestling potentially collegiately, or do you want to play football? But kind of what direction you see yourself going in with wrestling? And I'll start with you, Tyler, to make my way to Cameron.
Actually, ever since I started wrestling, I actually wouldn't mind, going to the collegiate level for wrestling. I could see myself doing it because, I'm not the biggest, so if it's another running back that's way bigger than me, it's most likely a chance that they're going to get that scholarship. I might be smarter, but, I'm not bigger. So if I ever get any scholarships in wrestling, I'll most likely take it with the aspirations of my coach.
Sure. Cameron?
I started off with playing football and just wrestling just to wrestle, but I like the sport so much that I see myself going to the collegiate level. And with that, I just see myself either going to UCO or Morgan State.
Sure. Oh, yeah, so you mentioned Morgan State. Coach had mentioned that Tyler maybe have gone on an HBCU tour. Tell me what that was like for you to go on that HBCU tour.
It was actually good. So it was class of 2025 and 2024. So it was sophomores and juniors, and we stopped off at UA Pine Bluff first.
UAPB.
There it is.
It was a 3-day trip, and we stopped by 6 colleges, so it wasn't a lot of sleep. We was sleeping on the bus, and making a lot of stops and things of that nature. So
some good food, I imagine.
Oh yeah, it was hot. It was cold down here and hot up there. I was dressed all wrong, but yeah, we just went down to UAPB. Then we stopped by Mississippi Valley, and then we went to the Alcorn and TSU game. We just stopped at a couple colleges. We stopped at JSU when Deion Sanders was there, and things like that. So it was just good to see all the culture that comes behind HBCUs and how important they are to us as black people and things of that nature.
Cool. Coach, what is your conversation to your guys about collegiate, going to play or wrestle collegiately?
Well, the first thing is speaking to them just to make sure that that's a part of their aspirations. If that is something that they're choosing to do and that's something that they desire to do, then of course I'm behind them. One thing that, for me personally, I don't like to push just college on kids, especially if they're not getting a scholarship, because nowadays, that's another way to keep us in debt, is having that student loans. So if they can get paid to go to school, then let's do that, But if not, then we got to try to search out different options.
Gotcha. Is there when you start talking about these duels that you guys have coming up, is there one that you look forward to the most?
Not a duel. Not a duel.
Or a tournament.
To be honest with you, we're gearing up for states.
Gotcha.
That's the thing for us. We're not going to circle any small, feat when it comes to duel. There's no disrespect to anyone. But that's not the goal. The goal for here at Douglas program is to make it to the highest level and everything, no matter if it's the individual side or team aspect. So we got to count down to where individual states starts. Of course, district duels is this Thursday, and we have opportunity to go and wrestle Newcastle, Kingfisher, and Tuttle to see if we can make it through phase 1 of districts and the aspiration to go on to states.
So what has been Douglas's success in the past? How many athletes have we gotten to state thus far, or how close are we getting as it relates to that?
Well, yes, in the previous year, we did get the opportunity to send this good man here, Cameron Jackson, to states last year. Cameron was the only sole individual from Oklahoma City Public Schools to represent at the state meet. Also, we had 2 wrestlers that fell 1 match short, and Tyler was also one of those wrestlers. So the aspirations this year is to get back to the big house and send as many wrestlers as possible.
So Cameron, tell me, what is that weight like, right? First of all, being the only one, and what is the weight like in terms of trying to get back there again?
I was told I wouldn't be able to wrestle this year. I tore my ACL, and I'm just thankful just to be in the position where I am now to be able to wrestle.
That's right.
And going into state, I don't look too forward into the future, but my main focus on now is making it day 2 to regionals and making it the way there.
There you go.
I don't want to look too forward.
Sure. Well, so the story I told you about the young man named John Cady who won the Big 12 championship wrestling at whatever resonated with you. Obviously, I didn't even know that. So, last thing, because I think we're going to take a break here shortly. Tell me, you guys, what is the transferable skill that you are taking from wrestling to life, right? Mm-hmm. So, what is that one thing you're learning on the mat that translates to real life? Mm-hmm. It could be one word. It could be one thing. What do you think it is for you, Cameron?
Battle, or we call it war.
Mm-hmm.
Just fight through the war.
That's right.
Everyday life, and that's what I take. That's what I take with me is fight through the war.
I have not had ACL, but I've had maybe total of 7 surgeries. I've had both my hips replaced. I've had 1 shoulder replaced. I need another shoulder replaced. I say all of that to say it is a battle.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't think you play any sport at any level without having to go through it. And it takes a lot to want to get back out there at your level after you've torn an ACL.
That's right.
So you keep battling. Tyler, what is it for you?
Mine would have to just be mental toughness, tempo, and tenacity. And that's all we can go by at Douglas program.
Gotcha. So, Coach, last thing. Tell me what it is that summarizes this team. What is the mantra that has come from this team this year? What is that one thing that you guys always say?
Well, for us, it is, just like Cameron said, be ready for the war. We don't battle. We don't go into anything looking for a battle. We're here to bring the war. We want to be able to make sure that we are respected off the mat, on the mat. But again, win, lose, or draw, we need you to respect Douglas wrestlers to know that we're going to come for the war.
Well, listen, it's going down tomorrow at 5 o'clock p.m.
Yes, it is.
The war.
Yes.
So show up at Douglas High School for the duel. You're listening to Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark on CBS 105.3.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
No act of kindness is too small, and to some, it means everything. It's in your power to prove life is truly a gift and not a possession to hide away. You have the opportunity to comfort the neighbors around us who deserve happier, healthier lives. At the United Way of Central Oklahoma, our partner agencies help thousands of children, adults, and families journey through grief, poverty, and so many struggles. So consider giving today at unitedwayokc.org.
Are you stressing about your IRS tax problems? Have you received notices from the IRS threatening to garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, or seize your property? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has tax attorneys and enrolled agents that are ready to fight for you. They have saved millions for taxpayers just like you. Allies Tax Relief can help put a stop to IRS collections and, most importantly, negotiate your tax debt. Here's Brenda, a happy client of Allies Tax Relief.
I owed the IRS around $57,000, and they're about to start garnishing my paychecks. I heard a commercial on the radio about Allies Tax Relief, so I thought I'd give them a call. After a day, they were able to at least stop the garnishments, and after a few months of negotiations, I walked away owing the IRS only $301.
If you owe the IRS, call Allies Tax Relief right now for your free consultation. Call 800-914-1592. 800-914-1592. That's 800-914-1592.
Smooth skin begins with hydrating ingredients. Olay Hyaluronic Body Lotion nourishes your skin with all-day hydration for deeply moisturized results that give you confidence like buttery soft shoulders like, and visibly smooth skin like. Quench your skin with nourishing moisture from Olay Hyaluronic Body Lotion. Try Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash too, and get skin your face will envy.
Having trouble picking a New Year's resolution? CarShield has got you covered. This year, don't worry about how much it'll cost to fix your car when it breaks down. Prices on just about everything are still rising, but you can lock in your price today with CarShield and it'll never go up. CarShield offers protection plans for around $100 a month that cover more parts than ever before. From alternators to big ticket items like your transmission. Whether your car has 5,000 or 150,000 miles, CarShield has a protection plan for you. Plus, when you get coverage today, you'll lock in your price and it'll never go up. So as long as you cover your car, no matter how old it is, you're protected from the rising cost of parts and repairs. Why wait any longer? This year, choose coverage through CarShield, a resolution you can easily keep. Call 800-207-6972 today to save 20% on your plan. That's 800-207-6972. Keep your car protected. Call 800-207-6972. Again, 800-207-6972.
And we are back here at the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3, brought to you by Perry Publishing, Kai's Concepts, Dodgers Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, Impressions Printing, and Big O's Barbecue. We had Douglas wrestling, but now we have Northwest Class and boys basketball, coached by Creed Flowers, and his two student athletes are Leslie Rose III and Kmar Cyrus. It is so good to have them here from the famed Northwest Class and the home, I believe, of the one and only Chew Kennedy.
Yep.
Absolutely. Does Chew come around much, Coach?
He actually had a grandson that played a couple years back, so
Okay,
he was
cool.
around for a little while.
He's an old man. He got grandkids now.
Yeah, he was a really good player, though.
Yeah,
Sure.
no, absolutely, absolutely. There was another player that played during my era by the name of Reggie McCowan, who was a really good basketball player. Too.
Yeah, I hear people say Estelle Laster a lot, too.
Estelle, I know Estelle, too, absolutely. But, hey, guys, it's good to have you on. Start with you, Kmar. Tell me a little bit about Kmar and how'd you got into basketball?
I got you. I've been playing basketball my whole life.
Yep.
I really don't know. My big brothers just like passed it down, and I just followed the lead, you know.
Absolutely. So, what position you play?
Point guard, but try to play it all, you know.
Yeah. Can you pat it?
Yeah, for sure.
You be turning it over? No, I'm just messing with you.
Get 1 or 2 a game. I ain't gonna hope, but like, yeah, try to stay open.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely. All right, Leslie, tell me, man, what year are you, and how'd you get into basketball?
2024, and I really started playing basketball in like 6th grade.
Yep. What is it about basketball that you really enjoy?
Just playing, really.
Just playing? No,
Yep.
I get it. Like, I mean, I played football, basketball in high school, but, I mean, I loved basketball. I played football, but I loved basketball.
Yeah.
So, you know. So, Coach Creed, I like your name, Coach Creed Flowers. Tell me how long you've been in Northwest Class and how long you've been coaching men's basketball, and how'd you get started?
Well, this is my 5th year at Northwest. When I came to Northwest, my first year, I was assistant Coach Jack with the boys, and then I did the girls for the last 3 years. I had my little sister-in-law over there. They wanted me to help and do that, so I was the head girls coach, and then I decided to come back this year, and the job opened up, and luckily, you know, by the grace of God, everything worked out the way it was supposed to, so it was a good opportunity.
So Kmar and Leslie, tell me, who are the guys that you are looking at? Who are you attempting potentially to pattern your game off of, or who is it that you see that kind of gives you some inspiration as it relates to your basketball skills?
That's a good question. I like AI.
And I'm surprised by that, right?
Yeah.
Because AI's an old dude, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool, though.
You got to know your old heads.
Yeah,
hoop,
yeah.
You know?
I appreciate your basketball knowledge. Leslie over there thinking he's going to need some help in a minute.
But AI, MJ always, you know.
All right. Leslie?
Damian Lillard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. You mentioned MJ. Who's better, MJ or LeBron?
MJ.
I like y'all already. So, Coach, tell me a little bit about, you know, what does practice look like at Northwest Class? And if we're people who are listening, watching, don't know much about Northwest Class, and tell us, what are we going to see when we come to a Northwest Class in basketball practice?
Fast-paced, competitive, conditioning, too, on top of that. Just try to put them in situations that's really similar to the game and what we try to do on a daily basis. But, you know, it's not always fun, but they seeing, they reaping the benefits of it now. So.
Now, I'm kind of smiling because you don't appear to me to be this kind of intense guy because you're just really laid back. But when you started saying that, both of them are putting their head down.
Yeah.
So you guys tell me, what does that look like to y'all? Because you clearly feel it.
Sometimes it be all bad at practice.
Man.
It be all bad. We'll run for the whole practice.
So what is you guys' schedule? No, not schedule, but who are you playing next, and what's your current record?
Southeast, and we 10-3, right?
Yep.
We
10-3.
Okay.
We got Southeast tomorrow.
So tomorrow night where?
At home. So this is our first time having a home game since Dell City.
So you guys played Dell City. That was pretty intense.
Yeah, we beat them the first game of the
That's
season.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. Because they got the guy over there supposed to be, and I say supposed to be, but is.
Yeah,
top 50 or 25 in the country or whatnot.
Yeah, Garrison is really good.
The assistant basketball coach over there is Tommy Griffin. Whom I play for, John Marshall. So absolutely. Well, that's really cool, Coach. You are really building and doing some great things over there. What are you guys? So tomorrow night, 7:30, Northwest Class is playing Southeast, and so I hear I happen to be at the Douglas Heritage Hall game the other day, and I've been to several games. I was at All City. I seen you guys play a little bit earlier on. And I say who you looking forward to, but I know it's Southeast tomorrow. But is there a game scheduled that would be considered your rival, or that team that the schools kind of get up for because they know that school is coming?
It would probably be a Southeast or John Marshall or Millwood.
Sure.
I know Millwood probably for them because, that's all. They all good friends and stuff like that.
So as you guys are 24 graduates, are you preparing, and what do you think your prospects for maybe playing basketball at the next level? I'll start with you, Leslie. You want to play college basketball?
Yeah, I want to go to the next level.
Got you.
Oh, yeah, he won't even mention. I help him out. He just got an offer some weeks back from Oklahoma City University.
Listen, man, that is so cool. Is that the only one you have thus far?
Yeah, that's the only one.
I tell you what, and it normally happens if you get the first one, the other one start.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that Oklahoma City program is a historic program. Back in the 90s, I'm telling my age now, they had a bunch of D1 transfers over there, and it was really cool. What about you, Kemar?
Yeah, I for sure want to play at the next level. No offers yet, but I'm looking to get some, though.
Sure. Well, I tell you what, sounding like you guys will ultimately do that. So, Coach, tell me, what is your thought process? What are you talking to these young men about recruiting, about making that step, ACT and SAT and all of that, those kinds of things?
Yeah, what's heavily prevalent these days, and it's good to shoot for the highest level. Everybody wants to be D1, but we talk about fit more than anything. Me and my staff with D'Angelo Anderson and Brandon DeBose, they're heavy on the AAU side too. So just get them the opportunities in the right fit, because somebody can go to a D1 level and not play. And the most important thing is playing and getting your education paid for.
Sure.
So the importance of the ACT test and keeping their grades up, these guys have both kept their grades up, did a really good job all year long. So I haven't had any problems with them in that area. And they've really matured a lot. I got to see them. I didn't coach them last year, but I got to see them mature from last year, this year, and they've come a long way. Still getting better.
So when you start talking about fit, right? So I like you hear a lot of kids talking about D1 and that's it. Well, first of all, it's very difficult to get there.
Yes.
And it's not for everybody. Everybody doesn't get the opportunity. But if you get any chance to play at the next level of college and it gets paid for, what a tremendous opportunity. And I think sometimes that I would encourage you young men or women not to think that something other than D1 is like less than, because it really isn't. It is an opportunity of a lifetime to go do that. So, Coach, we're talking about what is the one thing that summarizes this team for you?
Nobody believes but us. So that's really been our slogan all year. And a lot of guys on that team, not just them, but a lot of other ones, people didn't really look for, counted out. And, when I got them, I saw a diamond in the rough. Just had to work out a bunch of, maturity type things and growing pains. But, yeah, they've come a long way. I've been really proud with their production and their leadership. And these two have, they really turned the corner.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this, Leslie and Kemar. When I played at John Marshall, I was a big man. Believe it or not, I was the post. I was mean in the post. Yeah. So my go-to move was a drop step. That's all I had. What is yours? If you want to get a bucket, what is your move? What you doing?
Hard rip through right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably.
And what you going? You going to the bucket, or do you have a mid-range game?
Mid-range.
Now somebody told me you shooting a three.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, but you shooting at a high clip now, because Coach might not want you to keep taking that thing. You shooting 22% now.
Nah, they want me to shoot the ball.
No, for real. Just messing with you. Now, all right. So tell me, Kemar, what's your go-to move?
Probably the in and out, probably, or something. Just go around them, get to the hole.
Got you. Now, can y'all touch the nets? I mean, you dunking?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, they can touch.
Yeah, for sure.
Above the rim. Stay above the rim.
Oh, man. I got two sons. I don't think they start dunking until they were grown. They'd be mad at me for saying that tonight. So, Coach, man, you talk about intense practices. What are some of those fundamental things that you're always harping on, telling these young men? Because you and I both know you can do all of these other things, but it really is still a simple game.
Oh, yeah. Being able to use both hands comfortably, not only practicing on things but using them in the game, being more comfortable enough to do that, playing off of 2 feet, finishing through, actually working on the game, putting the reps in, putting the time in, and you know, basketball is one of those sports where the best of the best, they still, you're going to fail more than, you know, a great three-point shooter shoots about 40% from the field. So that means you're missing 60% of the other shots. Yeah. So you got to put in a lot of time just to even be really good at this sport. So just, you know, fine-tuning a lot of those every day-to-day skills.
Now, you mentioned about maturity and working out some of those things. I want to think I know a little bit about what you're talking about, but what is the expectation for your players as they are representing you and their team as they walk in those hallways, as they interact with other people in that school? What is your expectation? What do you talk to them and tell them about?
Oh, yeah, we set the standard. We know all eyes are on us. We're one of the, you know, the best programs within the school, so they know the expectations, what I hold them to, about decorum with teachers, principals, you know, treating the janitor just like you treat the principal, treating everybody with respect, going to class, being their own time, and knowing that they represent me because they already know I pull up. You know, I won't, you know, call somebody else to go do it.
I think I know what the pull up means. Mm-hmm. No, that's pretty cool. So guys, you know, how is it? Like, how are you viewed as athletes at Northwest Class? And like, how do the people treat you? Because I'm gonna tell you, they're at those games, and when you do your thing, whether good or bad, they're watching. So what is that interaction with you guys, with your classmates, as you walk around school? They view you, they enjoy it, they kind of think it's a cool thing, or?
Yeah, you'll see a smile on somebody's face, and then like they want to talk to you.
Or like a random person just come up to you.
Say something.
Tell you what you did. Yeah. No, but here's the thing that I think that's really cool about, because as you guys grow, like a part of the responsibility for being an athlete, man, is knowing that we just don't belong to ourselves. We belong to that school. We belong to those people. And to be honest, man, they are proud. And I think, you know, when you speak to them, they've never spoken to you before. You're like, hey, what's up? They're like, oh, man, you know, so you're making new friends and all of those things. So, Coach, what is I got to admit, I've been going to some of these high school games, and I watch players talk to the referee. Mm-hmm. What is your stance?
They already know leave the referees alone. We try to go in with the mindset for them to finish through adversity and contact and stuff like that anyway, so they know not to say too much. They play a heavy load, so I'm sure throughout the game they have moments where they get frustrated, but they're pretty smart about how they go about talking to them for the most part. When they do.
Man, back in the day, I had a referee named Michael Johnson. He's the husband of Coach Johnson, the Hall of Fame coach at Star Spencer. He used to ref. And before the game, he would say, now listen, I ain't going to call no foul unless you start complaining. But I'm going to let y'all. And, man, the fact that he would let us bang. Now, I played in the era just behind Byron Houston, Fred Burley, all of those guys. Hopgood.
Yeah.
It got a little crazy in that paint some days.
Oh, yeah.
But, man, it was a battle. It was a war. So, guys, tell me your best moment thus far. Leslie, your best basketball moment. The best thing, you went and banged over the whole 5 squad. Tell me your favorite moment thus far.
I really don't know, to be honest.
You don't have one?
For him, with me, probably would be that Dell City game. He got a block at the top of the square.
Uh-huh.
Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, where not the top of the backboard, but that square.
He really is playing
his hand. Yeah, he's shorter than me. He's about 6 foot, 6'1". So
he got a little bounce.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool moment.
That's cool. Kemar, tell me your favorite moment.
I just hit a buzzer beater.
Oh yeah.
Versus Muskogee.
Saturday, this past Saturday, we were in double overtime in that PCI.
Wow.
And he hit a game-winning 3.
Man, that is so cool. So, listen, I know we do this typically. Like, who's out there that you guys would like to say thank you to just for their investment and what they do for your basketball team? And we'll start with the students first, and then we'll let you go, Coach. But we'll let Kemar go first. Who out there? Your boo?
My mama. Always, man, my mama. God. Because God gave opportunities that he couldn't, I don't know.
All right, you good.
All the good people around me.
Leslie the third.
My mom, my auntie, my coaches.
Man, shout out Coach Creed, man.
Yeah, all of them.
Gotcha. So, Coach, tell me, like, Because you know and I know it takes a lot to run an athletic program, and in OKCPS you need all hands on deck. So who are those people for you?
Terry Long, Cindy George, Coach Vanderseipen, who's my on-site AD. He does a lot for us in our program. Principal Killam, Principal Richardson, Principal Hunt, all of our principals at NWC. I mean, we have a really good staff up there that supports us and really looks out for not only the guys but the entire school as well. They're doing a great job with them and that. My wife, family, my kids, my sons, God. So yeah.
Well, cool, man. So for you, Coach, how long have you been coaching basketball? And what is the I say the one thing, but what is it that you get out of being a part of this game and coaching these young men?
I've been coaching. I'm close to 10 years now. I did some assistant jobs before coming over here as well. But I've always loved investing in. I love the sport I played, but investing in kids, helping them, reach their potential, helping them see things that they might not be able to see past themselves. So just really just helping them and showing them how to do things the right way and investing in the kids because they are our future.
Sure. Now where are you from and where did you play, Coach?
I'm from Tulsa. I played at Tulsa Edison.
Edison, yeah. I was in Tulsa 10 years at Oral Roberts University. So, yeah, that's cool. So what position did you play?
I was a shooting guard. Yep, small forward shooting guard.
He's smiling. Kmart, can he shoot it?
He can shoot.
So where did you go play after that?
I went to Fort Scott, JUCO, and then I went to another JC, and then I finished at Bacon my last 2 years.
Okay, cool, down by Muskogee.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's real cool. So what is the one thing, and I hope I haven't asked this question already, who are your coaching influences? Let me ask you that.
Oh, I would say Josh Berry, Sidney Carter, Aaron Daniels, Coleman Hughes, Terry Scott. Yeah, it's a bunch of them.
So Terry Scott was over at Central.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could get it.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. He's a legend, living legend.
So yeah, I was at the church where the Bailey boys all went. Whether they all went to Central. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fun stuff. Well, listen, guys, is there anything else you guys want to tell Oklahoma City about coming to support the Northwest Classic? I think it's nights, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Northwest Class in basketball. Coach, run down a few more games. We got Southeast tomorrow. Who do we have after that?
Class and SAS on Friday.
Class and SAS on Friday.
Those some big
that's
ones.
a pretty solid team. Coach Cutjoe's over there.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick coached at John Marshall, coached me at John Marshall back when I was there. He was on the same staff with Coach Griffin. Yeah. And then there's another Cutjoe out at Star Spencer.
They've been running the city for a minute.
for a long time. Absolutely. You guys got anybody else you want to shout out, say anything? Y'all didn't say anything about athletic director Eddie Wright over here. He's a man with the plan.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
We appreciate him. He's been making a lot happen for us, too, since he's been over here.
Yeah, that's cool stuff, man. So let me ask this. Academically, Coach, what do you talk to them about taking the ACT and what does that prep and those conversations look like?
Well, I would say take it as many times as you can, if you can, and just kind of preparing yourself mentally. It's kind of hard for anybody to prepare themselves for a 3 to 4 hour test. But the good thing, too, about our school is they had them do it their junior year as well at the school. So.
Oh, gotcha. So you guys have already taken it, or you're going to take it this year.
Yep.
You guys looking forward to that? Because it's really a part of the growing up process. That's ACT.
Thanks.
But it's on a sliding scale, so you realize if you do well in class, the higher your GPA in those core classes, then the lower your ACT score has to be. So, hey, listen, thank you so much for tuning in to the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Yeah! Here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3, brought to you by Perry Publishing, Impressions Printing, Kai's Concept, Dodgers Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Big O's Barbecue. Listen, it's been a long time, but I'll see you guys on next Monday. Have a great night.